What is going on, people of the Not Move podcast? It's the Scrap Sheet. I'm your boy Jimmy. With me, I got James and Zip Zap Boombox. How we doing, fellas?
Doing
You're
good. How you
all well
doing,
and
Jimmy?
good playing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming off the heels of what was a crazy UFC 330, all types of different things went down. We had Islam retain. We had Mackenzie Dern retain with some coaching struggles there, and then some knockouts all up and
Yeah,
down the
definitely some
card.
coaching struggle.
What was your favorite? What was y'all's
Rare
favorite?
submission from Charles Johnson as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Charles Johnson doing what was it? The Scottish. It was the Twister.
Scottish
The
Twister.
Scottish
Yeah,
Twister.
that was nuts, man. What was y'all's favorite moment of the night from UFC 330?
You literally just said it, the Scottish Twister.
I hear you. I hear
It's
you.
not something you see on a regular, and it was just well applied.
I'm with you there.
My
What you
favorite
think,
would
James?
probably have to be that Luque Gore fight. I mean, from top to bottom, like we were talking about before, Jimmy. Both guys had opportunities to finish it, but they just opted to slug it out and give us what we wanted to see. It was a very entertaining watch.
Yeah, for sure. I think mine was that Dante Johnson 1 point. Pow, man. That was crazy. And a Jalen Turner KO. Even though I picked Conway, bro, you can't do no spinning shit against Jalen Turner, bro. You getting smoked, and he got smoked. That was bad, but all in all, pretty good card. There was some controversy, some drama. Dean Thomas quitting on the desk. Kind of seems like he took the moment away from Jillian. Then he came out and he apologized the next day, and he kind of looked like just a TV apology. I was like, I didn't really like it. I feel like he should have waited, he could have waited a couple days, to be like, yo, I'm done. But doing it on the mic right there as soon as it was over, and then you go back and you watch him like in the corner in the fifth round where he was no advice was given to him. I was like, bro, come on, man, you could have. I don't know. Jillian said she didn't accept the apology. I was just like. It gave me bad vibes. What was y'all's thoughts on that?
I was gonna say, I think it's good on Jillian to not accept that apology. That's just not something you do as a coach. I mean, to see two huge coaching mishaps in a row, not from Dean Thomas, this one being from Dean Thomas, and 2 weeks ago in the Billy Ray Golf fight where he sent his fighter out to die. I mean, what are we doing, guys? That's your job is to protect the fighter and put them up and be there for them, and to take a moment away from them, that's obscene.
Yeah. I'm gonna go the other way on this. First of all, Dean Thomas has traditionally been a class act. You know what? If the man it's not. I don't think anybody has a problem with what his attempt to do. It was just a matter of timing.
I can agree with that 100%. It's the timing of it. That's not the time to do it.
Exactly. On a more uplifting note, Dana White Contender Series, it's going great, man. These guys are just freaking slugging it out. 5 straight fights of just madness. Every week. It was who it was Pug. I always say his name. It was Tremblay and Pagla, the boxman and the Puga. Bro, both of them got signed after an absolute war, man. Oh, absolute war. And then like the last fight of the night, Namo Fazil, these guys had a promo. Like this was the guy that was I believe he's Iraqi. He had this whole promo thing. He's the big trash talker. And Buddy got slimed out by Brito after just an absolute war through the first 2 rounds. In the third round, he just got caught with a hellacious punch. That was nuts.
Yeah. He just caught a right hand from the rafters. But two big favorites lose on the card, and Muhammad Ali, funny enough, and Douglas Rodriguez. That was pretty crazy. That Rodriguez fight, props to Trent Miller. I mean, that's toughness. It doesn't get tougher than that.
Speaking of that Muhammad Ali fight, that reminds me back to UFC 330 of not establishing a game plan. Bro's a top-level Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, and he just wants to stand and bang, and he's just getting clubbed and beat up. That the same way happened in Joel Alvarez's fight before on a Saturday. Man, these guys who have areas of expertise in grappling is not using it to slug it out and just getting pieced up. Man, you gotta use your fight IQ. Man, come on, have a game plan. Follow the game plan. It's crazy. I'm trying to think who was the other the Douglas. Yeah, Douglas did get beat. That one was a war. You still there, Jay? We still rocking?
Got you.
Sorry, okay. I had to put the dog up.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. All right. Well, I think is the next Contender Series, is that Frank Mir's daughter? Is that Bellamere next week? I believe, right?
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So another one in the books, getting ready, I think that'll be good. She knows what she's doing.
For the fight night?
Nah, for a Contender Series next week.
I can actually pull it up.
I know they announced the winner or the replacement for the UFC Noche card. Gene Silva's fighting Jose Delgado.
Yeah, I think that's a quick big step up for Delgado. I don't think it's going to go too well for him.
Yeah,
but I think it'll be an entertaining fight.
For sure. That card as a whole is loaded, dude. Talent all up and down.
They always load those nights up. Those are always fun cards to watch.
For sure. I think that's it UFC wise for news and stuff. Fight news. I haven't really heard too much about the new additions. There wasn't a dropout, thankfully. There was a late notice fill-in, but I think the Stan Lee guy that Gage Young is fighting, he had like a week notice, and is like the odds were never affected.
Yeah, but a week notice, but he was also training for another fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So no cuts, no drops. This is why I like having the Friday show. You see the weigh-ins, you see what's going down, you see the cuts. And without further ado, let's get into the card. We got Chanel Dyer versus Elise Reed. And Elise Reed fights like she's Bobby Green, bro. She hands down, just trying to throw combos, and Chanel Dyer puts people out. Elise Reed's been knocked out 5 times, and I think Chanel's gonna make it a 6th, man. Chanel is just insane striker for the women's division.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of that here. Chanel Dyer fights like she's going to be a legit contender someday if she can maintain this, because she really does go for broke, but in a very methodical way. She's a very entertaining fighter, and I really don't see Elise Reed posing much of an opposition unless she happens to land a haymaker. But otherwise, you gotta love Chanel Dyer in this fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. Dyer's got the better weapons, you know. Reed has shown a pattern of getting finished every other fight, and I think that's going to change this fight. She's going to get finished 2 fights in a row. But she's longer, she's younger, she's more physical, and I think in women's MMA, physicality is a huge, huge factor that a lot of people do not think about. And I think you're going to see Chanel Dyer be more than physical in that cage on Saturday.
For sure. Seems like we in lockstep agreement there all the way around. You want to just alternate, James, go back and forth?
Yeah, for sure. Next, we got Wes Party Time Schultz versus Jackson McVeigh. So this one is a little bit of a toss-up. Neither guy is, a world beater. Both guys have a tendency to get caught, tendency to put themselves in bad spots. But ultimately, I think with Schultz, his striking is so inconsequential. He always wants to get it to the ground. If you look at that Damian Pinas fight, I mean, he got hit with 2 shots, and he was like, all right, I'm not doing anything on the feet. Nothing. Then you point at that Contender Series fight, and, the guy doesn't have a UFC contract, so how much weight am I holding? How much weight am I holding to that? Ultimately, I think Schultz is just going to put himself in way too many bad spots against an aggressive guy like McVeigh, and he's going to find himself on the wrong side of it. I got McVeigh money line in that one.
McVay money. I hear you. I hear you. Boom. What you got?
You know what? I'm gonna go the opposite way on this one. I am gonna take Schultz, and the only thing that would make this fight better is if the loser had to shave their head. Um, there's a very good chance that hair may play a part in this. If you have any idea, these guys have tremendously long hair. I think Schultz is the guy that can change what he wants to do in this fight. I think McVay's only I don't want to say a one-trick pony, but he's just going to come straight forward with one single attack. Whereas Schultz, if he's not winning on the feet, is going to go straight to the ground. He's not great on either, but at least we know I think he can provide more to his offense. So I'm going to take Schultz. This could be a good fight, or this could be a slow-moving fight. Either way, I'm taking Schultz to win.
I hear you. I hear you. In the bad shampoo commercial for hair, man, these guys. I think I'm gonna go with McVay. These guys did fight on the amateur scene where Schultz was able to submit him in 41 seconds, but that was way back in the day on the LFA scene. I just think I agree with what James said. I just think McVay has more tools. He's not bankrupt on the ground. Schultz is a better grappler than him, but Schultz just I can't pick a guy that is scared to get hit, man. I just can't do it in a fight. I just can't do it, man. So I'm gonna go with the side of McVay, the Moose. Also terrible nickname, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
All good. I'm rolling with the underdog in this one.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Yes, sir.
Next up, we have the most insanely lined fight. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce Stanley's last name, but we have Gage Young versus Stanley something.
Dorsainville.
Listen, this is a rare case in the UFC where Gage Young is not only younger but has more UFC experience. Gage Young was in a war with Quillen Salkeld, and though he didn't win that fight, he dropped Quillen Salkeld. I won't say it was a drop, but Quillen Salkeld's hands touched the mat. Stanley, he's 5-0. He's a prospect. I think he got signed because he's a crazy smack talker. Like he beat that one guy in the European Sea where he said, "You think a guy with tea and crumpets is going to beat me?" Like I think that got him a job here. I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's going to be the likes of a UFC vet like Gage Young, who's been in there with Masha Shate, Evan Elder, and Quillen Salkeld, who we just seen, where Quillen Salkeld's at. I'm not comparing Gage Young on that level, but he's been in there with that level.
100%. And on top of that, I think Gage Young, it's not going to be a pretty fight. I can tell you that right now. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be bloody. He cuts easy. He takes shots, but he's tough. And I think he's better wherever this fight goes. I think Dorsainville's a bit more athletic. He has a bit rangier of weapons, and he's a little bit snappier. But I don't think that's going to aid him much against a guy like Young. Like you said, a good amount of UFC experience, coming off some wars. He fights well. He fights tough. I think he's gonna eke this out in decision.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't know too much about Stan on this one. I have seen Gage Young before. All I know about Stan is that he is an anticipated prospect, not an overly hyped one, but I don't know enough about him to offer a valid description of this one. So, you know what? Just looking forward to a good fight.
I
like that.
You want to run up the next one, James?
Yes, sir. Let's go into the next one. So next, we got what do we got next? Oops, sorry, I lost my spot. Next, we got Barboza versus Kuz. I think this one's pretty shut and dry. Barboza has a huge amount of power. Like we were talking about earlier, God-given power. Kuz is a guy, in the fights I've seen him fight in his film, he can hit. He throws shots. He's willing to stand there and bang, but you don't really want to do that against a guy like Barboza. I think Barboza is going to get this done pretty quickly, as a matter of fact. And if we're betting on this fight, you got to go Barboza by round 1 KO. That's the only way you're making any money on this fight.
Yeah, I'm with you
Yeah,
there. What's understood?
I'm forced to agree with this one. I mean, standing and banging with somebody with one punch KO power like Barbosa is not going to be in your best interest, but that's what Ryan Coast does. So yeah, Barbosa. I'm not going to say it's by round one, but I'm definitely going to say it. I would be shocked if we saw this go to distance. I'd be completely shocked if it went the distance. You got to like Barbosa by stoppage.
Yes, sir. What's understood doesn't mean to be explained,
100%.
man. Barbosa's got like what five? I think he's got multiple. It's almost. I think it's almost 10 first round KO. So, I'm riding
He's
with it.
taking guys off their feet.
Yeah, he knocks the soul out of people. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy cut and dry fight. I'm interested to hear your breakdown for this next one because I think this is a close fight, and I'm gonna go with the dog, man. Chris Taco Padilla is taking on Nasrat Haqparast. Nasrat Haqparast, that he's that at range, rangy striker. He likes to keep it long. He's a good striker from range, but Chris Taco Padilla mixes it up well, man. I feel like in close, Chris Padilla is gonna put that pressure on you and like make that fight gritty and dirty. And then on the ground, I think Padilla is better on the ground. So I think I'm gonna go with War Taco, man. I'm going with Taco Padilla to get past this. He lost his last fight to Markel Maderos on a split decision. I think he won that decision. I think he
It was a
got robbed.
draw, actually, if I'm not
It was a
mistaken.
draw. Yeah, I think it wasn't a. It was a point deduction too. I think or something. Something
Yeah,
weird
something like
happened in
that.
that fight, and I think my boy Chris Padilla was robbed. His O got taken unfairly, and he's going to go out there and he's going to show that he's above the middle level of this weight class. And I think he. I don't know if he knocks him out, but I think he does enough to win this fight. He doesn't have that low. He'll go after it. He doesn't have this low Joe Alvarez fight IQ where he doesn't. Oh, he stands there. I still don't understand. That still blows my mind that it happened.
He just stood there and took it.
Yeah.
But with Padilla, I'm gonna have to agree with you there, Jimmy. And my read on that is basically the same. I think Padilla is better wherever this fight goes. Haqparast is also a guy. He's older. He's on his way out. Padilla's on his way in. So that's where we're leaning on that. Like you said, I think he's better on the ground. I think he's better in close. And I think wherever this fight goes, he's going to find himself an advantage.
Mhm.
We said that this is you're taking a dog, but realistically, this is basically a pick'em fight for the most part.
100%.
And Padilla
Yeah.
just offers. I think Padilla's bag is just much deeper. And again, if he should close the distance or even get the fight to the ground, I think he's got a massive advantage there. I got Padilla for the win on this one as well.
All right. All lockstep agree. Let's go.
100%.
You want to get this next one? My boy.
Yeah, so we'll go with Kennedy Nezchukwu versus Shamil Ghazi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is certainly a fight. I'll say that.
For sure.
It's a whale of a fight. It's not going to be fun to watch. It's going to be slow. It's going to be ugly. But I think you got to lean with the faster fighter, like we were talking about earlier. I think you have to go with Nezchukwu. Because I think he's just going to blob it up. I think he's going to gas a little early. And if he's not able to get this on the ground, I think it's going to be a long night for Ghazi.
Mm-hmm.
And with that money line at plus 115, that's a fair enough price for me.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you there. Boom.
Yeah, this is basically another pick'em, slight favorite for Ghazi on this, but I just don't. I just don't see Ghazi having the stamina to take what Kennedy's going to go at him with for the distance. So I got Kennedy possibly more than likely by decision, but I just see him being more active, and that's what gets him the win.
I'm with you there, boys. I think Brando Parashit's laid out that blueprint, and Kennedy and Chekwu can be like, yeah, I can do that. Like Shamil's got this big head, and he can easily take a lot of punches. He's been in some wars. He's taken some damage. He hasn't been knocked out in a while, I believe. But I think I'm with you there. The whole faster fighter. I'm worried if he gets caught, and then held down. But he can lose one round, but he can win two pretty easily. I think Gaziev will gas, like we've said. But yeah, looks like we're all in lockstep on that one.
100%.
Next up, we got Laherty and Douglas versus. Oh, I just looked at it and then went away.
Marl Emmers.
Jamal Emmer. Okay, Jamal Emmers is a solid fighter. Like he gets scrappy. He's good on the ground. He's all right. He's got all right stand up. But Larian Douglas is out of this bloodline MMA gym that has just been going nuts, man. They like Cub Swanson has these guys on fire, and he smoked Julian Narosa. Granted, Jamal Emmers is a better fighter than Julian Narosa, but I just think the boxing power, along with like his hand speed, is it's absolutely ridiculous. Jamal's been chinned before in the past, and I think we see another Laharian Douglas knockout. And Bloodline keeps rolling. I think that Bloodline is the new fighting nerds of this year of 2026.
I agree with that. I like. I'm a big fan of Cub Swanson. I think I love what he's doing there. But Emmers is just a guy that takes so much damage. And again, it's very similar to that Barboza fight where with a guy like Douglas, he's a powerful striker, but he's not a wild striker. He throws straight shots. He's got a great jab. He closes his boxing combos with leg kicks. He's very, very much a 3-level striker. So I definitely don't think he gets it done early. He very well could, but I'm looking for like a late second round KO, early third round KO, but I think he gets it done pretty well. Emmers just takes too much damage for me to think he can do this.
I actually think Emmer stands a chance on this. I think there's a good chance he might be able to catch Douglas coming in. I just don't know if that's going to be enough to stop Douglas. You know what? I'm going to go Douglas here. I wouldn't be surprised if this went to a decision. Emmers is a tough dude, so there is a chance this could go to decision, but I think Douglas will win this basically by just outstriking him.
I agree.
But beware him being caught coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. And next we got Wint versus Chapman. Give me Anthony Wint by whatever he wants. This guy, Chapman, the UFC's sacrificing him. His last opponent has an 8-17 record. I mean, they're rolling out the red carpet for Wint. They want this guy to look dangerous, scary, crazy, and I think he's going to give them exactly what they want in this fight. I like Wint by I just like him to win in under half a round. That's the only way you're getting plus money on this fight.
I gotta say, Wint looks like an absolute monster. Now, and it should be known he hasn't fought anybody of a certain status on the higher levels, but this guy is an absolute monster for what he brings. I don't see Chapman being the guy to give him his first loss, but I am curious to see if Chapman could make Wint go into deep waters. I don't think he will, but it would be interesting to see what type of cardio Wint has if the fight should be drawn out. Otherwise, I got Wint pretty easily.
I wish we could show like the side by side of what these guys look like. Like it's so insane, dude. Terrence Chapman, he's got one right hand. He bangs the right hand out there. That's about all he's got. He's got one move in his repertoire, and that's it. Anthony Wint is an all around athlete. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Like I said, similar to that Barboza fight. I'm gonna say first round KO. Just because I just think it's what's gonna happen. He's gonna put pressure on him, probably end up tackling him, and then beating him on the ground and pound finish. That's how I see this fight going.
I agree. All right.
Next up.
So,
you want to do this one?
No. I forgot the order we were in. I apologize.
No, you good. You good. Next up, a really good striking ladies fight between Carly Judice and Jesla Chavez. Judice is a all around insane striker. I think it was the head kick KO that she knocked out Eunice Dubin with last time, right? Or was that someone else? I can't remember. I know she beat Juliana Miller, and that win has aged pretty well. Juliana's a solid competitor. And just Chavez, I just think in the grand scheme of MMA, Carly Judice just does everything better. Like, I think she's a better striker. I think their grappling is somewhat the same. So I think Carly Judice goes out there and gets a finish just because she puts that pressure on her, that forward pressure, that striking pressure. And ever since they increased the money for finishes, we've seen a lot more. That's all what I've been noticing since the Paramount deal.
Yeah. We definitely have. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Oh, 100%, dude. There's a lot more money going around in a lot more places. But my read's basically the same as yours. I think it's pretty similar to that Dyer fight where Jadis just has the better weapons all around, and wherever this fight goes, it's going to be hers. I like her by finish. You know, in women's fighting, the film tells me KO, but you never know. It could get to the ground, and I think she's just so technical everywhere this fight goes. I like her by finish at plus 125.
Mm.
Unfortunately, Chavez is best when she's the more active fighter, which she won't be during this fight. And she's going up against somebody who actually has really elite standing skills, at least with the fist. I like Carly. I maybe even by stoppage. I really don't think there's much to say about this. You're looking at two people who are going to do minimal takedowns, more standing, and that's where Carly's going to reign. So, yeah, Carly gets this win.
Yeah.
I agree. All in agreement there. So
Yes,
next we got Markel Medeiros versus Mason Jones. It's gonna be an ugly fight. It's not gonna be pretty. There's not a Mason Jones fight that is pretty. But I think that's really what it's gonna come down to. I don't think Medeiros has the ability to make this fight ugly. I think Mason Jones is gonna muck this fight up. He's gonna take it to the ground. He's gonna do what he needs to do to get the win, and I just don't think Medeiros is gonna be able to withstand that. I don't think he's tough enough.
Yeah, I think this one is pretty easy for me to
pretty
call.
much.
Go ahead, Partner. Go ahead.
I was going to say to pick Mason Jones money line or over 2.5, basically the same price.
Yeah, I think this one is pretty. I think this fight is actually pretty easy to call. Standing, they're somewhat equal, but there's a massive difference once this hits the ground. Mason Jones is more than likely going to fight his way inside, drag him down, and just pummel him. First, a second round stoppage. I gotta like Mason Jones here.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement here. Mason Jones is a dog. This man, Mason Jones, made me respect a Frenchman and Alex Osola after that war that they put on. So very rare thing. But yeah, that was a war. I don't think Markel Medeiros has been in a fight quite like that. And Mason Jones, he's just better, man. And like I said earlier, I think the judges kind of screwed up that Chris Padilla fight.
No,
next up, we got Renner de Ritter versus Roman Dolidze. Renner de Ritter making his debut at 205. About time, but he's like 6'4", cutting down to middleweight. Absolutely killing him. And everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, he threw in the towel his last fight." I was like, he was on 5 fights in a row on quick turnaround times, trying to cut that weight consistently. I think he's an all-around better fighter than Dolidze at this point in time. I think his submission game is so much better. His ground game is so much better. The feet, he might get a little bit sticky, but I think Renner de Ritter's like wacky style is good enough to compete on the feet with Roman Dolidze, and then once it hits the ground, it's de Ritter all day. So I'm a back RDR. I'm a fan of RDR, and I think he makes his debut with, I'm gonna say finish. I'm gonna say submission.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in agreement with that. I think he's just a better fighter all around, like you said, at this point in his career. I think it's pretty similar to that. Which fight was it earlier? The Padilla versus Haqparast fight, where you got a guy on his way out and a guy on his way in. He's got one of the deepest bags in those heavier divisions for submissions, and like you said, he's got that wacky style, and he's got enough power behind it to make Dolidze think twice about coming inside. So I like the Ritter wherever this fight goes. I'll take him by finish.
I'm not that crazy about de Ritter personally. I do think he's a decent fighter, but as far as making an entrance into this weight class, this is probably the perfect person for him to display what he can bring. I really don't think there's anything that Roman can do that de Ritter's not going to do just a bit better. De Ritter by however means he wants. The best thing Roman can do is stall his fight out, make it ugly, and possibly sneak a decision. Otherwise, I got de Ritter all day.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
Now we got the co-main event of the evening.
We got, yeah, it's right. It is the co-main event. The co-main, Spivak versus Petrino. So I'm gonna roll with Spivak here. I'm gonna go with the guy who's been in heavyweight a little bit longer. He's bigger. On top of that, his boxing has been looking really good lately. He throws nice straight shots. And like you were saying earlier, Jimmy, straights get there before hooks, always. So Petrino's definitely faster. I think if Petrino is to win this fight, it's gonna be by KO, and he can't let Spivak touch him. Spivak smothers guys, and I think he'll be able to smother Petrino if he gets a hold of him. Give me Spivak money line. That's a great price for me.
I hear you. Boom. What you got?
You know what? I really like Petrino in this fight. The thing is that I worry what happens if Spivak closes the distance and grabs him. What happens then and there? I don't know how good Petrino is off his back, but I do know that if Spivak gets on top of him, he's going to completely smother him. Standing wise, I do like Petrino, so I'm a bit unsure about whether or not Spivak, how soon he can get to him. Does he get to him? If he gets to him early in the round, you gotta like his odds. If Petrino's able to keep the distance until late in the fight or late in the round, you gotta like Petrino. I'm gonna side with Petrino on this one. Not that Spivak doesn't stand a good chance of winning, but I'm just gonna think that maybe Petrino can do a little more damage standing and possibly avoid Spivak.
I hear you. I'm not mad
I can definitely see the fight going that way as well. 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean with Spivak just based on the fact, like you were saying, like I said, like the straights land faster than the hooks do. That Spivak has that good guard. Like he has that. He doesn't really have a good the high block. He keeps his hands up well. He blocks really well. And Petrino's been submitted by Anthony Smith, and Spivak's been up here with the heavyweights duking it out a lot longer. Petrino got dropped by Steven Aspelin, and I know any heavyweight can drop any heavyweight, but I don't know. I think Spivak's gonna get this one, but we'll see. We'll see. Looks like we got 2-on-1 here, but this is how it's gonna go.
Basically a pick'em fight anyway.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next up, the main event: Anthony Fluffy Hernandez versus Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues, and this is basically the classic striker versus grappler match in itself, man. We got Fluffy Hernandez, that constant pressure, that grappling, going up against RoboCop, who just has dynamite for hands, absolute rocks for gloves. If this fight is ending early, it's because Rodriguez knocked out Hernandez. If this fight gets to round 3, Hernandez is submitting G-Rod. It's just a matter of who establishes the game plan. I'm gonna lean with the side of Hernandez just based on I think he needs to get his get back for that Sean Strickland knockout. He wants to make sure that he's still in that top 15 defending his spot. And I think Rodriguez's gas tank is just like gone. Like it goes very, very fast. Hernandez could get caught, but I think the pressure and the constant grappling, it's going to be a little bit too much. And Hernandez does have that like tricky style. He's got to watch out for that body shot because that's what dropped him the last time. He's been dropped a couple of times with body shots. But I think I gotta go with Hernandez here. He lost to Sean Strickland, and then he went and he goes and trains with Sean Strickland at Extreme Couture, finding out what he needs to learn to do better. And I think Hernandez gets this one.
Yeah, so my read's essentially the same as yours in the sense of I think whoever's able to establish themselves first is probably going to win this fight. But I'm going to lean with RoboCop. Fights start on the feet, and with a guy like Hernandez, if you show me you're soft to the body against a big, powerful puncher like Rodriguez, that scares me away from betting on you. But I agree. He does have a little bit of a tricky style, but ultimately, I think that pressure and that power from Rodriguez is going to be a little too much for Hernandez to be willing to close that distance. I think he's going to see, Sean Strickland is not the most powerful striker. I would definitely say Rodriguez is a little bit more powerful. If Sean Strickland can drop him to the body, what can Rodriguez do if he catches him 2-3 times in the liver? It's not going to be pretty. So I'm leaning RoboCop by KO as well.
Double dog. I hear you. I might do
Yeah,
that.
I'm absolutely going the same way here. I think that well, Rodrigues is going to be most dangerous early in the fight. And the fact is that if he can land just a couple of shots to make Hernandez start to worry about his power, then he's probably just going to pick him apart. Only concern I have is what happens if Hernandez is able to draw the fight out later against Rodrigues. Will the power still be there? I don't know if we'll get to that point, but I do expect Rodrigues to come in, throw a lot of heavy punches, not only to the body, try to work downstairs, work his way upstairs. And if he connects, I think Hernandez is going to be in a world of trouble. I like Rodrigues in this fight.
Okay.
I will say this, though. Hernandez, one thing about Hernandez is he will consistently try for this takedown.
No, for sure. And I'm like I said, I'm not mad at any of these picks. I think all these are good picks. I think these are great fights. But let's do the final segment of the program, Fantasy Daily's parlay, where we pick our favorite fight of the night, who we think is guaranteed, and we'll cook up a little parlay for the people. I'm gonna do the best money line side, and I think that's Gage Young at minus 180. I think it's or minus 160, depending on your book. I think that's a hysterically undervalued. I think he wins that fight pretty handily. I'm gonna go with Gage Young.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Judice by finish. Like we were talking about, I think she's better wherever this fight goes. Ultimately, I think she's more technical and she's gonna be able to find the spots to just put Chavez away. Give me Judice by finish at plus 125.
Yes, sir. Boom, you got a call? You got your face?
Yeah, you're only going to make pennies on this, but Chanel Dyer, man, she's absolutely going to just demolish Elise Reed. So
you can do a Dyer
gotta
by KO.
love that.
Okay. So
by you know what? This will be by KO. This will be.
That's around minus 150. Or I think actually plus 110. I think you actually get a little bit of plus money. So me being the only one being the safe play, or not really safe play, the minus guy. I think you throw that in a little parlay, you can make some decent cheese. But that's 3 solid picks. We got Gage Young money line, Carly Judice by finish, and Chanel Dyer by KO. Getting the ladies involved. I like it, guys. Inclusive. But I think that'll do it for the scrap sheet. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll come at you next week for some more fights.
Yes, sir. See you guys next week. Thank you for having me, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
You got it, man. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure, Boom. See ya.
The Not Move podcast is fueled by Dubby Energy. Smooth, jitter-free focus, and flavors that slap. Mango, berry, watermelon. Whatever gets you locked in, they've got it. Hit up Dubby.gg, use promo code NOTMOVED, and snag 10% off your order. Stay not moved, stay energized.
Number Friday nights, 9 Eastern. It's the Dribble, NBA edition on the Not Move podcast. We break down the week, the trades, the highlights, everything around the league. Tap in, chop it up with us, and get the takes that move the game forward. Stay not moved.
The Not Move podcast drop is here. Snapbacks, hoodies, mugs, stickers, totes, everything you need to rep the convo everywhere you go. Limited run, unlimited style. Tap the link, fill the cart, and
tap into the Not Move podcast every Friday night at 8 Eastern.
We're bringing the scrap sheet, UFC edition.
Every jab, every takedown, every headline.
All the fights, all the drama, all the picks, right here.
Watch live on YouTube or listen anywhere you get your podcast. Hit follow, hit subscribe.
And stay not moved.
Need some new Not Move drip? The In the Wickets hoodie just dropped. Super soft fleece, heavyweight feel, and the official NMP patch on the sleeve. Tap add to cart, check out, and let us handle the rest. In a couple days, it shows up at your door, ready to rock. Rep the podcast from the couch to the tip.
Every Thursday night, the Not Move podcast drops a new episode of
In the Wickets,
our deep dive on everything around the NHL.
We break down the plays, the trades, the stats, and the stories that matter.
Plus, a few hot takes along the way.
Join us live at 8 p.m. Eastern, or catch it on your favorite podcast app right after.
Same energy, same on.
Tuesday nights just got louder. Ringside Rewind is live every week, 9 Eastern.
We're breaking down Raw, SmackDown, and everything leading into the weekend. If it happens between the ropes, we're talking about it.
Deep dives, hot takes, and a few surprise
and
replays.
A whole lot of arguing.
Yeah, but the good kind.
Ringside
the Orphan Elimination Chamber tee just dropped. Fresh out the box. Look at this.
That print is nasty. Chain link O, silver hit. It's tough.
It's soft too, y'all. Fits right. Little drip for the Elimination Chamber weekend.
We rocking these all season.
If you're part of the Not Move fam, you already know.
Jump on it before it's gone.
Grab yours now at Not Move Shop.
Episode of the Not Move podcast is brought to you by the MLB Shop. They have every team's gear, from classic caps to World Baseball Classic hoodies, all official and all ready for game day. Tap the link in our bio to head straight to the shop and snag your favorite merch.
The drop is here. NMP gear built for every day and game day. Hoodies, mugs, and the Coach Common jersey in bold gold. Rep the movement. Feel the energy. Shop new arrivals.
If you're craving baseball talk that doesn't flinch, tap in with us Monday nights at 8 Eastern.
It's the Rusty Mitt MLB edition of the Not Move podcast. Breakdowns, debates, all the swings and misses without the fake fluff.
Join us live or catch the replay wherever you get your pods. Rusty Mitt, not moved. Stay not moved.
Attention Not Move Nation. Our first ever jersey has landed. The NMP by JB Sport Talk collab brings premium mesh, bold gold accents, and that undeniable game day energy. Plus, hoodie drop.
Today's episode of Not Moved is brought to you by Open Goal, the world's #1 backyard goal. If you love soccer but hate chasing balls into the neighbor's yard, this thing is a game changer. Its rebound net sends missed shots right back to you, and the side nets keep your landscaping and your windows safe. It's perfect for kids, for training, or just having fun.
Today's episode of the Not Moved podcast is brought to you by Walmart.com. With our storefront in the Walmart app, you can get everything you need. Pick up or have it delivered.
We ordered dinner while recording and it showed up before we wrapped.
Better Good sweet corn and burrata ravioli.
Nuri protein drinks, even St. Patrick's Day treats.
Walmart.com.
Not Move, fam. Southgate edition just landed and it's fire. Check the tee. Watch out for the skis and the wickets. Hockey stick, cricket wickets, all vibes. We got hoodies, mugs, caps, beanies, whatever you need. Cop yours before they...
At the Not Move podcast, just drop the gear.
Heavyweight hoodies, premium cotton, street ready.
Caps, mugs, and more. Every detail on point.
Whether you're hooping, tailgating, or just repping the pod, NMP fits the culture.
Limited drops. When they're gone, they're gone.
Cop yours today at notmoveshop.fourthwall.com.
The Not Move podcast presents The Dribble every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Brought to you by FantasyDailies.com. Get the edge on your lineup.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.